Well, hi everybody. It's Monday, January 16th, and it's today's Kevin Kuretzky Show. I hope y'all had a great weekend, and for some of you, it's a long weekend because today is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So I wish all of you a happy Martin Luther King Day. But you know, we had a really interesting experience this last week, and I want to talk to you about it. Viewers, you know how much I appreciate you, and I'll tell you this. Having to do this show and come up with topics every day, week after week, it makes me grow and helps me become a better man. So I hope it's helping you viewers, because that's really the gist of this. The Kevin Kuretzky Show is really about real people with real issues and real problems. Not a fantasy world, not thinking you're better than anything, but for real people. And that's you and me, viewers. We're real people living in the real world. So I have to tell you what today's Magnificent Monday is all about, and I think it is magnificent. It's the more I accept the reality of life as it is, the more serene and happy I become. And I love that. The more I accept the reality of how life is, the more serene and happy I become. The reality is we all have lives, we all have issues going on, we all have everything in our lives. We have a full plate, and we work really hard, and sometimes we get great results, and sometimes we don't, and that's just life. However, it's when those great results don't come, do we accept it the way we're supposed to. You know, John F. Kennedy had a great quote. If you indulge me, I'm going to read this quote. It's one of my favorite quotes, and he is a hero of mine in many ways, John F. Kennedy. The great enemy of the truth is very often not the lie, deliberate, contrived, and dishonest, but the myth, persistent, persuasive, and unrealistic. And what that quote means is, it isn't the lie you tell, it is the myth, like, this always happens to me when I do this, or I can get away with this because nobody will ever know. It's that myth we tell ourselves to get through. You know, as most of you know, I've talked about, I've been a compulsive overeater my whole life. I use food to anesthesia, I don't say this word right, anesthesia myself. You know what I mean. And for those of you that know how to pronounce it, let me know. But I did it to calm myself down, and I could go to a different reality. Well, when I have to face life head on, and the truth head on, it sometimes scares me and it makes me sad. I had an eye-opening experience this last week. I realized something that I believed very dearly in is not what it appears to be. And that's okay. And how I can say that's okay is because I don't have to live in that world. I don't have to succumb to that. I have my own path and my own beauty in my life. I have to allow others to be whoever they want to be and not have expectations. It keeps me happy and serene. And that's what this Magnificent Monday is all about. I can stand still and feel the feelings I need to and work through them. It isn't about anybody else. It's about me and what do I want in my life and how do I want to live my life. Well, reality always outweighs the myth. The myth is I can no longer live in the fantasy world and not my real world. You know, when I was growing up, my dad used to say, Kevin, get out of your fantasy world. And I resented him for that because that fantasy world kept me alive in my life because I didn't have a lot in my life. However, as I've grown older, I see what I do have. And Dad, now I can say, you're right. I have a wonderful life. I have a man who loves me. I have a job that I get a paycheck for that I love doing, even without the paycheck. I've gotten accolades, and I also have issues in my life, ego to deal with, problems to deal with, paying bills to deal with, and I accept the reality of my life. My fantasy world and my real world don't have to match up anymore because of the life I lead. So I accept the truth as it is. So viewers, on this Magnificent Monday, I challenge you, accept the reality of your life, the truth of it, and we together can deal with it together. Viewers, I love you for watching. I love your comments. I love that you're there every day. Thank you very much. And what I know for certain is the reality outweighs anything in life that is the myth. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great Monday and tune in. We have a great week lined up for you of all new Kevin Kuretzky shows. And for other shows or recaps that you might have missed, go to YouTube or go to KevinKuretzkyShow.com for all the latest and greatest. I'll see you all tomorrow. Remember, we're all in this together.